You've been waiting for the breakthrough, praying for it, pushing for it. But let me say this to you today clearly. If you're still here, still standing, still speaking, still showing up, you are the breakthrough. Not because it's easy, but because you didn't quit. You didn't disappear. You didn't harden your heart. You didn't pretend that everything was fine when it wasn't. You stayed. You're here. And you showing up today is the breakthrough that you already always were. Hi, my name's Steve Kidd. I'm a third generation minister, international best-selling author of 39 books and counting. I help people write, publish, market their books to bestseller, and everything that goes beyond that. Worked with over 5,000 people on book side of things. We've been a marketing company for over 40 years now. Well, almost 40 years actually, helping folks in anything you can imagine in marketing. But what we really are here to do is to help you know, be, and live in a space of absolute clarity in everything that you do, in everything that you're called to do, everything that you're meant to just simply show up today and be the incredibly, wonderfully powerful thing that goes by your name. That's right, you. You are amazing. You are incredible. You are so mind-blowing that I don't think you even understand it. I really don't think you know, even as I'm tagging a few people here in the background while I'm talking to you, I really don't think you know how amazing you are. What if? What if for just one day, what if just today, you were to embrace the incredible wonderfulness that is you? What would life be like? What would change if you really honored that incredibly coolness that is you? How would life be different? What would you do? You see, here's the thing, and I've been thinking about this a lot. It's Monday morning, right? And I don't know about any of the rest of you, but it's been a crazy Monday. I started almost 20 minutes late on my noon go live. That's why I always tell you I'm going to go live in the noon hour, is because I know stuff comes up. And it's just been one of those kind of things. And I don't know about any of the rest of you, but the humidity here in central Kansas is horrible. It's really high today. And it just kind of feels like the whole world is weighing on you. And that's just today. Then when we take a look back at the last year, the last several years actually, there's a lot of stuff going on. I mean, whether you want to go back to COVID or even before then, there's been a lot of crazy stuff happening in the world. A lot of crazy, right? And there are a bunch of us, mostly all my friends. I mean, I'm not saying that beyond, you have to be my friend in order to be in this category. I'm meaning that most of the friends that I have fit into this category. I'll learn how to speak English someday. It'll work, really. Um, we're trying to do good in the world, and it often feels like we're spinning our wheels, but we're not getting anywhere. That the people who are out for themselves, I put out that book, right? A couple weeks ago, we did the book, How Can I Help You Today? We've talked a lot about radical generosity, radical honesty, about caring more about what we can do for somebody else, about being a big giver, about giving rather than trying to figure out what's in it for you, right? And those of us that are showing up in that space, the entirety of the whole of the universe, God, the universe, life, the universe, and everything, as they said in Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, all of it feels like it's in some ways conspiring against us to be like, oh, really? Do you really believe that? Prove it. Here's a whole volley, a whole array of challenges that come directly against that. And now look over to your right. Look at this person. And I'm not talking about the evil people, okay? Evil is just evil, and it's going to get its, evilness, right? I'm talking about the people that, um, aren't fully bought into the concept of radical generosity. And I'm trying really hard here because I don't want to be judgmental at all. And that's not necessarily it. But you see them succeeding. I was having a great conversation with the girl that runs my LinkedIn. A girl, I mean, she's a woman that runs my LinkedIn, and talking about a relative of hers that their business is just taken off. And we talked through some of that. And it can feel that way. You look over, you don't see the other person, you just look at it from a third party, and you're like, oh, wow. You're like, when is my breakthrough going to come? When is it my turn to have the hundreds, the thousands, the millions, the billions, the trillions, the exceedingly abundantly above all that you can ask? When is it my turn for that breakthrough? And as I was even going through, because this has been a crazy busy Monday, and as I was going through trying to figure out what should I say to you, what do you need to hear today? It came to me that we need to understand you've already broken through. You see, I'm going to get all churchy here on you for a minute, and then I promise I'll back off, okay? But for those of you that believe in Jesus, those of you that don't, I want you to take this particular piece of it in anyway. I'm not asking you to change your belief system at all. I'm just asking you to accept the concept of what I'm getting ready to say here, okay? Those of you that believe in Jesus, on the cross, Jesus said the most powerful thing. I mean, he said so many, but I think this one might be the most powerful. He said, "It is finished." The Bible says that all the promises of God are yes and amen in Christ Jesus. Yes and amen, meaning yes, it is finished. It already is. And I know that was taking you to church a little bit, and I get that. And that may be resistance for some of you, but all of us need to embrace the concept that the breakthrough already has happened. See, we're waiting for a moment of breakthrough that isn't what we're actually waiting for. The breakthrough's already happened. Okay? And yeah, I could hijack the whole conversation here and go, the problem with breakthrough is nobody ever wants to talk about the breaking or the through. You see, the breakings that have happened in your life, I'm going to go there actually. I think this is going to be good for some of you. The breakings that have happened in your life, they happened. The breaking that is happening right now has happened. AC repair, that has happened as well. Okay? And the through, everything you've been through. It doesn't matter how deeply into the swamp you are. It doesn't matter how awful your situation is, how toxic the people around you are, any of those kind of things. You have broken through all the things that you've already come through. You know how I know that? Because you're here. You're alive. You woke up this morning. You did the thing that millions of other people didn't do today. I mean, and really, if you want to go to that extent, if we talk the whole of all of existence, billions of other people haven't done today. And that's you woke up this morning. There's a phrase that one of my authors used one time, and it said, "You woke up this morning enough." I loved that phrase. See, you're already totally 100% absolutely the best version of you that you've ever been. Why? Because when you look back across time and you look at hey, I was really on then. I was really an amazing, you've heard me say it before, I owe that 18-year-old me an apology because how ready and prepared I was for the world and all the things that we went through. That same ready, prepared, cool version of you, that part of them and that part of you is still there too. And everything that you've been through is there as well. And then there's another piece, and we don't talk about this piece enough. All the people in your life are around you. Now, I know we could concentrate on the bad. We all have people in our life that we probably need to just not even have in our life. We have those trying, challenging people, right? But we all also have people in our life that are there for us, that encourage us, that challenge us, that make us better people. We are part of a community. I know that too, because if you were a total hermit, you wouldn't have an internet connection to be able to listen to this. And yeah, maybe you do have some limitations. Maybe you live in the middle of nowhere in central Kansas, or maybe you have, maybe you have some agoraphobia or other things that make your actually getting face to face with people a little bit more difficult. But you still have people in your life. I know that, number one, because you're looking at my bright, shiny face right now, and you know that I'm here for you. And you know that Patricia's who's on with us right now, she's here for you. And even though Willie might not be on live for us, you know that Willie J's here for you. And all of Pure Mission Entertainment is here for you. And all of Thriving Bestsellers is here for you. I could name Judy and Lucretia and Jamie and Christopher and Shayna and Claire and Melissa. I mean, Melissa's going through some stuff right now. Her dad is really, really, really sick. That doesn't mean that her thoughts and prayers aren't for us. It just means that her time and attention is someplace else. We're here for you. You're surrounded by a great cloud of, and there's that whole heavenly elements of all that. But I'm talking about real live human beings that live here in this world. Maybe the person that drives you the absolute craziest, maybe what you need to do today is take a look at all the things they do for you. All 10 fingers pointing back at me. What am I saying? Number one, I'm encouraging you, I'm begging you actually, to embrace the breakthrough that you already have. Are there more breakthroughs coming? Absolutely. And some of those will include breaking, and some of those will include through. But that doesn't discount all you've already been through. And I want you to see that, because I need you to embrace the breakthrough that you have now. And I want you to take the great big giant hug that your community, yes, I include me in that most definitely, is giving you right here, right now. I want you to hear the cheering yell of, you've got this. You go. The celebration of that amazing person that goes by your name. No, not the other Steve that's out there. You, the person that you are, right here, right now, today. All of your strengths, all of your faults. Yes, I will take a drink of water. You see, here's the thing. And I've said this to you before, but in case you haven't heard it or in case it didn't sink in last time, the word humility we use completely wrong. We try to place humble as being self-deprecating, and we try to make those the same word, and they're not. Self-deprecation is the other side, actually, the other side of the coin of conceit. Has nothing to do with humility. Making yourself lower or less than, or not acknowledging the things that you're good at, is not humility. It's not anywhere in the neighborhood of humility. It doesn't live in the same universe as humility. True humility is having a right perspective of yourself. That means that, yes, you do know the things, the times, the places, the ways that you've blown it. But it also means, and this is the piece that we miss, it means you understand and celebrate all the things you're good at too. When I'm doing a mix down on the radio show, I do one every week. And all the recordings are pre-recorded, and then I do drop-ins in between them to kind of tie it all together. And it's kind of fun. And because I come from a radio background, I was working as a DJ technically actually my freshman year of college, and then I was actually a professional DJ right after that at a radio station. Interestingly enough, actually, though it had changed a lot of things, it had gone from a top 40 station to a contemporary Christian station and many other things. It was actually the same radio station that Casey Kasem got his start on. Many years later, I did not know Casey, but kind of cool stuff, So I've got that kind of training, and I love doing the mix down because sometimes I challenge myself to do a connection, between this interview and the next interview or into this commercial break. And rather than, because in digital recording, you can just slide, the commercial over, this way, that way, whatever, and digital editing is so much easier than analog editing. Analog meaning that, you have actual tape and you have to actually cut it and paste it back together, or tape it back together. Much, much more difficult. And there isn't a whole lot of room for error. There is no Control Z to undo the mess up when you cut it in the wrong place. Just saying. Okay. But I know, totally unnecessary segue. But I'll do that. And after I do it, I'm like, wow, you're really good at that. See, I've got to acknowledge me. I want you to hear something. I want you to hear this really, really, really clearly. If you don't like your post, why should anybody else? The first like, and I'm going to go even further to you because statistically speaking, the little, like button has pretty much no weight these days in Facebook's algorithm. I mean, it has just the tiny minusculous, but it's kind of pointless. The heart. Okay, the heart is really what you want. And for people that you want to encourage, you want to give them a heart. It doesn't have to mean, hey, I love you, I'm in love with you, let's get married. Okay. You're giving them value and weight to what they're doing. But on every post you do, the first person that should be heartening you up is you. Now, sometimes people are going to beat you to it. And that's cool too. But if you don't like your post, why should anybody else? I was, and actually Patricia and I were talking about this last week. She's working on her book, and I was going through. I'm working on that event I was talking to you about yesterday. I'm going to try not to, get all excited about the event and totally hijack the whole talk about the event. But I was working on it, and as we were talking back and forth, we came to the realization that when it comes to our writing, and it doesn't matter whether you're writing a course or a book or outlining something, whatever that might be, one of the ways you can tell that you're really on is how it impacts you when you read it back. If you're kind of feeling like wah wah, well, maybe that's because what you wrote wasn't as impactful. And I'm not saying you have to be a big crybaby like I am. But if you're deeply emotionally in tuned as I am, to not diss myself, when you go back and read your own stuff, if it makes you excited, makes you tear up, makes you have that butterfly emotions inside, that's when you know it's good stuff. If you read it back and you're like, yeah, I want to be a part of that. And when it comes to some of those kind of things, you need to really protect your heart. You need to guard some of those immediate things. Not saying you don't want, third-party validation, and you don't want editors and developers and things like that to help you with stuff, but you want to be careful who you share it with early on. Because friends and family, they love you, they care about you, and they don't want you to say something stupid. And that's how they're going to read your stuff is, oh man, let's make sure that he didn't say something stupid. They're not your ideal client who's not desperately looking for, what do you mean by how can I help you today? What is radical generosity? How crazy is that? What do you mean my breakthrough's already happened? Because I can tell you the truth, okay? And I'm not encouraging bad grammar and And all my editor friends will be upset that I say this, but you could write the worst grammar, all the punctuation wrong, grammatical errors in every single sentence, and for the person you're meant to serve, they wouldn't see any of it. Because they're looking for a solution. They're not looking to critique your stuff. They're going to hear your heart and soul and core of who you are. What are our 3 C's? Okay. Our 3 C's are clarity, consistency, and connection. And I've been telling you lately, you really got to flip that because it's really connection. What's your heart condition? Are you here to help and serve and connect with the people? Then consistency. How does your heart show up? Do you want to regularly, predictably be in a place where the people that you're meant to serve can see and will find you? Then clarity. Clarity is going to come as you do it because it's going to be easier to move the car once it's moving. Clarity is going to come because you do need a coach. You do need to, right now while you're listening, drop the word clarity and come and let's talk and get you clear. Like how I dropped that in there because I'm supposed to. But seriously, the clarity is going to be continuing to develop over and over. Your heart condition, other than, hopefully you'll even care and want to help the people that you're helping even more as time goes by. Your consistency is really just a habit. The more you do it, the more you're going to do it. And the more that you're doing it from a heart of caring, connection, the more you'll be driven to do it. The clarity is going to develop over time. You're going to go down this road and you're going to be like, well, it isn't exactly that. It's really kind of more over here. And you're going to make that 1 degree shift, which way out in the future is a huge difference. That's because you're consistently looking at your clarity. And because you're bringing in a coach that's connected to the connection you have. They want to impact the world the same way you do. That's how you should judge which coach is best for you. Not who has the best systems, not who has the most glowing recommendations. We've all got those. Every single last one of us is going to tell you we've got the best system in the whole world, and here's the million gazillion people that have worked with us that whose lives have been changed. And you know what? If you're a brand new coach and you started today, you've actually already coached probably 100 people. Friends, family, the wall. Yeah, some of us do some of our best coaching to absolutely nobody, just talking out into the world, thinking in our head. You don't have to be a crazy person. You don't have to walk down the street talking to nobody. But it's been ruminating in you. It's been the thing that got you to this level of breakthrough that you're at. Is you being you. You know absolutely you have one totally fabulous client. It's you. But the coach you need is the one that's connected to the same heart connection that you have and wants to help you more consistently connect to those people that then in their systems can help you find the clarity you need. Does that make sense? That community is powerful, and you want to be in that like-minded community. You want to see the people in your community and all the good they can do for you. Even those people that drive you a little crazy, look at the good they're doing for you today. Maybe even say thank you to one of them. Sometimes thank you does more than you'll ever know. But you gotta keep showing up because you're still here. You're already broken through to where you are. We know you care. You're learning the power and the process of consistency. And now you need to just drop the word clarity and be really, truly clear so that when you are consistently connecting, it gets clearer and clearer and more betterer. Like that word? That was good English, wasn't it? All the time. so that you can make the difference in this world that only you can make. You're still here. You're still showing up. You're already broken through to exactly where you are right here today. You're surrounded by a community of people that are cheering for you. I know because I am. And I already see the wins. See, I'm not telling you to drop clarity because I'm just, trying to pointlessly, shamelessly sell to you. I care. When I talk about radical generosity, it's not as some kind of scam like I talk about in the book, How Can I Help You Today? Some kind of scam to make you feel beholden to me. If we never work together, I want you to be clear and to know that somebody cares. And I want you to see you for the strong, powerful, competent, amazing person you are. And I would be honored to talk to you. We're on a journey here together. Last week we took flight. This week we're going to begin to see the community that surrounds us. We're going to see how much in the air we've been. What if everything we went through last week, what if what you discovered was you were already flying and you thought you were still on the ground? You're already an eagle and you thought you were still just a chicken. That's what we're going to be looking at all week. We want to look deeply at your breakthrough and see how broken you've been and how much you've come through that and all the things that you're even a better you than you were before it. Not because I want you to go through things. It hurts me that you've gone through those things. But because you have gone through them, now you're even more amazing than you were before. And that's super cool. So today, celebrate that you're still here. You are broken through. You do continue to show up. And you are the difference in somebody's life right here, right now, today. Thank you for that. I celebrate you. Until we're together again next time, I really do hope you have a great week.